So guys, resting positions. How we rest dictates how we move. So it's important that my resting positions become more natural and I change resting positions more frequently. Too often we only sit, which is a little bit more unnatural, especially for long periods of time in an extremely comfortable position. We lay down too often, like on a couch, and then obviously in our bed is fine, but the bed is too cushioned. We'll talk about that later. And then we stand too much, and we stand too much in shoes that have a heel cushion, that have an arch support, that have a toe spring, and really wreck our feet. So we want to get barefoot, put some toe spacers in if we got them. If you don't, you can head over to the barefoot.store. You can buy a pair there. But let's talk resting positions, and I want you guys to try using these. We'll start off with general blanket, like starting point for people is going to be 30 minutes each day. If that's too specific, then we can go pick one time that you watch a TV show and or one time that you eat a meal and spend that time on the ground. Ideally, you also transition towards working from these positions. So if we have the ability to work at home, we can have a sitting desk, we can have a standing desk, but it'd be even better if we had a ground desk, that third option. So the main thing that's going to apply to all of them is I don't want my ankle bone to be collapsing down on the inside as I do this, okay? So again, my ankle bone is not collapsing down as I go through. So the first one, we're going to sit on the shins. My toes are pointed in. You can see that I'm going here, right? Toes are going to be pointed in. That's going to be, that ankle bone still sits high in this position. So here's going to be resting position number one. When I start to get fatigued, I just switch to the next one. So the next one for me, let's say, is going to be a modified 90-90 position. I don't want the ankle bone to collapse, so I pull the foot back, so it's a little bit more modified. I also find it's more comfortable in general, so I'm sitting here in this modified 90-90. From there, what I can do is then switch to a half shin, half kneeling position. Again, foot's in, so the ankle bone is high, and I'm sitting on the leg. And then after that, I should be able to rest in the bottom of a squat because before the squat is an exercise, it should be a resting position. So I'm here. Again, my ankle bone is high. The reason why I'm saying the inside ankle bone stuff, I really like this from the GOTA, G-O-A-T-A, guys. And it's like, this is how I want your ankle bone when you're standing and when you're moving, slightly pigeon-toed, inside ankle bone high. And I want to be able to rest in those positions too. So that way, how I rest, how I move, it's all connected. And they're opposites that need to work together. We need to exercise less, move more, and rest better. So yeah, that's what we want to follow. So these are different resting positions I want you guys to give a go. Constantly be switching it up. When you're stiff, just move to the next one. And if you have any questions, let me know. Again, if you need a pair of toe spacers, you can head over to thebarefoot.store.